Hey guys, welcome back to Indulge with Dimples. It is another Sunday upload for you in your kitchen with me. So today I made a butternut squash meal. It's delicious, it's great, it's easy, and you can do it with only 5 ingredients. So follow me in the kitchen and let's get to it. Alright guys, so today I'm going to be showing you how to use autumn or fall type of vegetable that we normally don't choose when we go to the store, but it's going to be good and creamy. So it's okay, twice baked butternut squash. Try to say that 10 times fast and see how that goes. So these are the ingredients you're going to need. I'm going to go through the rundown like normal, and then we're going to get to cooking these. So you need some Parmesan cheese. You can buy the triangle and grate it yourself, or you can go to the store and get it. So I have some already, and this is the type that I'm going to be using. You do need Parmesan cheese, this type, or the one you grate yourself. You're going to need the Star butternut squash. I got a small one, and I'm going to show you how we're going to get this nice and tender, because first you have to bake it. So you're going to need a nice little butternut squash, and you're going to need some type of yogurt. I use this yogurt, or I use another type of plain Greek yogurt, but this is really good. And I use this yogurt for all types of things, especially if you're watching your carbs, your calorie, or your macro counting. Really good. And then you can use salt and pepper if you want to be bland, but if you want to spice it up a notch and season it really good, use some of these seasonings or your favorite seasoning, so it really doesn't matter. You're going to need some type of pan that you're going to bake it in, because we need to bake it first. A knife and a cutting board. So let's get to it, because this recipe is really easy and simple to cook. So the way you'll get this butternut squash really tender is you need to cut it in half. And to cut it in half, you just need to find your centerpiece or your center cord, and you just do not point the knife towards you, point it the opposite way, as you clearly see I have it the opposite way, and stab the knife into the butternut squash like so. And the best way I found out how to cut this is you just want to stab it in there, and you just want to go down and around with the knife. Okay? So once you get it in there, you just keep the knife in the middle, and you just keep going around. Like so. And then once you get it around, it should easily break open in half for you. And if it doesn't, just go back in there again. And voila, it opens up. So I love this. I said it's a fall type of vegetable because of the color and the smell to it. So it's a mixture of a sweet potato and a pumpkin, okay? But you can make this sweet or savory, but it's a mixture, and I love the color. So what we're going to do is take a spoon and gut this out. We're going to put or spray a little bit olive oil or avocado oil, and then you want to bake it for about 25 minutes, okay? So let's go ahead and do that. Now with these seeds, you can actually rinse them off and put them in the oven with your butternut squash and season them up, and they're really good. Just like pumpkin seeds, if you are into pumpkin seeds, this is about the same. So now you want to do is just take your butternut squash, and you want to sit it in your pan that you're going to be cooking with. And you just want to drizzle or spray a little bit of olive oil or avocado oil. And you can buy these little sprayers. You get 2 in a pack in Amazon. And you can just fill it up what you want to fill it up with. Any type of oil. And I have grapeseed oil in here, so that's what we're going to spray these down with. Put your oven 375, 400, and you want to bake it for like 20-25 minutes. When they get soft and tender, I'm going to take them out, and then I'm going to show you step 2 of this recipe. So let's bake them. Alright guys, so I took them out of the oven, These took about 45 minutes. You want to cook it at 375 to 400 like I said. And when they are done, you will know because look, they are like, you can take a spoon and you can just scoop out the goodness, okay? So look at that. So you just want to go ahead and carve. You don't want to dig deep into it that you don't have anything, but you just want to dig deep enough that you can get out the middle part of the butternut squash. So I have like a little, ooh, it's wider in here. Hold on, guys. Yeah. So I have like a little bowl right here, and all I'm going to do is go ahead and scoop out the middle of our butternut squash. That's all you want to do. And let me just get everything in the camera so you can see. So I'm just going to scoop out the middle of the butternut squash. Now, at this time, you want to get the seasonings that you are most familiar with, that you like to eat. And you want to go ahead and take them out and add it to your butternut squash stuffing or the mixture. So you're going to need a half a cup of Greek yogurt. And then you're going to need a half a cup of Parmesan cheese. So hopefully you have already scooped that out. And you want to leave like a little bit of the edges in here so that it holds its shape. Now each of these will serve one person. And this is about a third cup. But with the whole thing really scooped out really good, you can get about a half a cup. You can get about a cup. So this is one person per stuffing of the butternut squash. So go ahead and just scoop everything out of both of them. And you want to do this while it's like kind of hot. And you see how deep I scooped this. So let me see if I can get a little closer for you. So you see how deep I scooped it. It's still some in there, but I didn't scoop it so much that it won't hold its form. These bad boys are smoking hot. I just took them out the oven. Ooh. And again, don't dig too deep. There. So that's pretty good. So now what you want to do, I'm going to zoom out. Since you see how they look, I'm going to zoom out. And I'm going to scoop it. Ooh, I'm going to scoop these to the side. Alright, so this is the butternut squash scooped out. You just want to mash it a little bit. A fork or a spoon will do the job just well. And at this time, you want to add whatever seasonings you would like to add to this. Sprinkle of that. A pinch of this, a pinch of that. Goes a long way. I wouldn't add too much salt to this because once you start adding salt to everything, it's going to get everything salty, and that's not what you want. So again, add about a cup of your Parmesan cheese. Save a little for the top. Mix that in, and then you want to go ahead and add a cup of your Greek plain yogurt. And you want to keep your oven on because we already cooked the butternut squash, so all we're trying to do is just melt the goodness of everything. Alright, I'm going to get another scoop. And then you want to go ahead and mix everything together. So it should come out creamy. Not watery, not too thick, but nice and creamy. Now when you bake it again, it's going to come out thick because of the cheese is going to thicken it up. Alright, so go ahead and taste it for the final finale. Make sure you got enough seasoning in there. Everything to your liking. If you feel like you need to add a little bit more or something, go ahead and do so. I'm going to go ahead and get my accent sauce. And this is what I'm talking about. Most people have this in their home. If you got it in your home, just go ahead and throw it in there. Tastes good. So now you just want to take your mixture, and put it back inside of your butternut squash. Now you can cut the oven off, or you can cut it down to 200 because everything is cooked. You just want the cheese and the flavors to mix together and melt, and then you'll be ready for dinner. Alright, so all that stuffing that we just made is back in the butternut squash. Sprinkle a little cheese on top and stick it in the oven. You can turn the oven off and just let it sit in there cook until you're ready to eat it, or you can cut the oven off and cut the boiler on and on low and let the top get brown, and everything will be good to go. So once that's done, I'll be back to show you the finale of the meal. Alright, so after having on the broil for probably like 2 to 3 minutes on low, if you do high, you probably need 1.5 minutes. This is what the butternut squash baked twice looks like. Really good, really tasty. I will show you a picture later on, but they are super hot because I just took them out and it is time to eat them. So everything is done. I'll see you next Sunday.